I'm going to get to this because this is always the beginning of every single one of my lectures, because it applies to everybody. It's always a reiteration for those who know this, and it's reinforcement for those who might know it, and it's education for those who don't know it. But I think you're all familiar, although I'm surprised how few practitioners do know, that the bar exam no longer tests on New York law, which is an amazing concept. And commensurate with that, which is slightly counterintuitive, is that the number of students at law schools taking New York practice has dropped somewhere between 75 and 90%. Now, some of that obviously can be attributable to the fact that you had transactional lawyers and you had lawyers, criminal lawyers, who did not want to take the course and only take it for the bar exam. But there's a significant portion of students who intend to be civil litigators in state court, and yet they're not taking the course. So their total exposure to New York practice, I'm telling you this because if you're in a firm and you're hiring people, you need to know that their entire exposure to New York practice is 2.5 hours of lecturing, of which I give an hour and 15 minutes. Now, you will see I can talk fast, but I cannot cram all of New York practice into an hour and 15 minutes. And the exam they take is a ridiculous open exam basically on a computer, so they don't really learn anything. So a few years ago, I was giving a lecture to the civil court judges. And the civil court judges are already not particularly happy because, as you know, many times, who do the law firms send down to civil court? They send down the youngest lawyers who are either just out of law school or practicing for a year. So they were not really cognizant of what was going on. I want to just tell you that you should be referring to the prior years as the golden years before you, because the lawyers who will be appearing before you now are going to be even more ignorant than the lawyers who appeared before. So this is a real problem in general, and just alerting you to the fact that the lawyers coming into your firm don't really have a background in a lot of New York law areas, but particularly New York practice. And if you do civil litigation, it's a problem.